are you? Yeah. Dennis, I take it from the fact you still have your coat on, you're not planning on hanging around very long. Man. Should be another easy one, huh?
As it appears that way.
Just squaring off the board.
Yeah. I don't even.
It's almost the same exactly, right off the wood.
Not tonight, I'm like, barely.
That's him.
You just see.
Yeah.
Wasted people's time when they.
They don't.
Well, is Dennis?
No, no.
Because we said.
There's enough weight over there to balance you guys out.
Dan.
I'm used to it.
I know.
That was a metaphor.
People are creatures of habit in those places. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Yeah, it's a little bit too tight with the ceremonies.
They canceled, they put them inside.
Yeah.
Which we were supposed to be flat for this.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we might need bodies. Testing. Thank you, Bill. You got the bills too? You got the bills over there too.
Should be a mini site plan. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So Rich has got, so we'll have to spend $50 and split the credit and then go with it. So, I'll just speed him up that.
Want to sign the bill?
Yeah.
The other one, the one to your right.
Well, your testimony better be very concise.
Thank you.
And I live 2 minutes from you, Ron, so. I live 2 minutes away from you, so I just.
So we have, everybody's gonna be here, right?
Well, I don't know if Dennis Crippen's coming. We have, let's see.
Okay, so why don't we get started?
1 minute, Bill, 1 minute.
No,
That clock
this
is
is,
slow.
this is an emergency.
It's an emergency? Oh, my God. Well, you just do what you gotta, do what you gotta do. But I'm showing almost 6 PM, like,
Ready,
let's,
Karen?
um,
Or is yours thing set, please?
hang on. If you're ready, Bill, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, guys, the regular meeting of the Cape May City Planning Board is now in session in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. Should any member of this board have reason to believe this meeting is being held in violation of that act, they should so state this time. Hearing none, we'll pledge allegiance led by Mike Jones. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start with a roll call.
Mr. Bezier?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mr. Riggs? Mr. Crowley? Mr. Gorgone?
Here.
Mayor Mullick? Deputy Mayor McDade?
Here.
Mrs. Reed? Mr. Lundholm? Mr. Paducis?
Here.
Mr. Crippen?
We'll move right into the application for this evening, which is Carney's Inc., 411, 419 Beach Avenue, Block 1041, lots 21, 22, and 23, for a relief variance site plan, waiver of submission requirements. Everybody want to come up? Mr. Sandman, how are you? Yeah, hit the microphone.
There you go.
All right.
Good evening, members of the board. On behalf of Carney's, Charles Sandman, we're here before you today seeking certain relief. Amongst that is a waiver of site plan, the request for a variance, and that's basically it. In a nutshell, what's going on here today is Mr. Carney's proposing to
Excuse me
make a
one
minor...
second. Let's, everybody should turn their phones on vibrate if you haven't already. Go ahead.
Mr. Carney's proposing to make a minor alteration to the building, being that he wants to move the entranceway a little bit further south to accommodate or to open up the room and to make it just more aesthetically pleasing inside. Other than that, there really are no other changes, and Mr. Carney is here to testify, to answer the board's questions with regard to what he's planning, at least generally, and then we're going to have Mr. Schultz testify, and then Mr. Rami Nasser is going to testify with regard to the engineering aspects.
Fire away.
Do you want to swear a client in?
I'm sorry, yes.
Who is your client going to testify? Everyone raise your right hands. Mr. Hurlis, you raise your right hand as well. Do each of you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Carney, just real briefly, explain to the board exactly what you're proposing to do. Keep in mind that we've got the two professionals here that are going to explain it in detail.
Okay, just to keep it short, reiterate kind of what Mr. Sandman said. Our plan is for a full facade renovation to enhance the building's appearance and connection to the beachfront. The project includes new operable windows and doors to create an open-air atmosphere and improve the guest experience.
Mr. Carney, are you changing anything in the interior of the property in terms of seating?
We're repositioning seating in the main room that was existing on the left side and moving it in front of the windows, the new operable windows in the main room, which would be on the left side of the building.
Are you increasing the number of seats?
We are not.
Okay, so your testimony today is that you intend to, the seating moving forward is going to be the same as the seating has been in the past for probably as long as you can remember.
It is.
Okay. There's also a couple of apartments upstairs, or at least presently there's a couple of apartments upstairs. Can you explain that?
Yes, so the front apartment, which you'll see over the other room, which I believe the address is 419, before 2006, that was 3 apartments, 4 bedrooms. After 2006, which was approved, the renovations, it's now 1 apartment with 3 bedrooms, and my father, Joseph Carney, currently resides in. In regards to the apartment in the back of the main room, which is 411 Beach Ave, that is a 1-bedroom apartment, which I currently reside with my family, and that has not changed.
Okay, so previously to 2006, it was 4 apartments, and now there are 2.
They are correct.
Okay, and you're not planning on changing that in any way, shape, or form with regard to this application?
We are not.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Mr. Carney, if the board has any other questions?
But I had a question for the apartment that Sean is occupying. How many bedrooms? I might have missed that.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom?
1 bedroom, 1 bath. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? Okay, we have Mr. Dave Schultz testify about the architecturals that have been submitted.
Good evening. I'll be brief.
You're
I just-
accepted as an expert architect, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
You like to give me, I can give you my credentials if you like.
No, you've been accepted before.
Thank you. As has been said already, the purpose of this project is to open up the front of Carney's to make, so that people can see in, as opposed to the blank wall that's there now. And we are in the same footprint as the front wall. In fact, we're going to use the same foundation for that front wall. We are moving the entrance south so that it can be a little more prominent, and it also allows us to have seating along the window line so people can be sit at a table and looking directly out, and people walking by can see them. I'll just walk you through the exhibit. I think you probably know what we've provided already. So sheet 1, this is the existing survey on the left, and sheet 2 is the proposed survey. There's not a lot of difference, and I'll show you the architectural plan in a minute. This is maybe clearer, but in essence, the wall stays. It's going to be now operable windows and piers, like an old-fashioned pub would look like. We're keeping some of the roof line that exists, and we're creating this new entrance at the corner, kind of a vestibule, and a little inlet for like a porch. So it's undercover right here. I think Rami's going to go through the details on the rest of this, but everything is pretty much existing, non-conforming.
So may I ask, these drawings are all the board has? Nothing's new? Because I thought maybe something new was coming.
Say again, I'm sorry.
Is there an exhibit of a plan tonight, or no?
There is an exhibit of the plans.
Okay,
Are
but
these-
it's none
Are the
of
things
these?
we're looking at already in the packet that's before the
That
board?
is correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next page, Z100, shows a architectural plan of what exists now.
And how many, can I ask you, how many seats are total in the existing condition?
I'm gonna let Rami answer that.
I think
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm jumping the
Yeah.
gun
we went
then.
over that earlier today, so he'll go into that.
No problem.
Because he's going to address the parking situation.
But I think, as the architect, I would also concur, there's no added seats in these plans. So this shows the recess where the barrel exists today, right here, and it's pretty much a solid wall except for that. We want to open all this up and create an entrance at the corner. So the second sheet, or the third sheet, is an architectural plan that shows what we're proposing. So there you can see there's tables along the window, piers, and operable bifolding windows are shown. The elevations will show that more clearly. A nice double-door entrance, there'll be a chandelier here. I mean, it's much more open and engaging and transparent, so people know what to expect when they walk through the door. There's no interior changes proposed.
Mr. Schultz, would you say that's a safer configuration?
Chuck, can you speak into the microphone? Sorry.
Mr. Schultz, would you, in your professional opinion, would you say that that is a clearer path and a safer situation than presently exists?
I think it is. It's safer. It's also obviously easier to find. But more importantly, to me, it opens up this for seating. So we're moving some seats along the window line so that people can see in. Okay. This next page is really just lighting details. And I guess what's important is what you would see from the outside. There are hoop fixtures, traditional hoop fixtures at the top that line up the signage. The signage is not internally lit, it's exterior lit. So these hoop fixtures exist here and on the western side here. There's downlights in this little porch, and there's a chandelier in the vestibule. And of course, pendant lights over the tables. So these are the specs on the lighting. And all the fixtures are,
Schultz, would you say that that provides more lighting than what is presently offered?
Chuck?
Mr. Schultz, in your opinion, would you say that that lighting presents a more well-lit area than is presently?
yes, because right now there's very little light from this building. So now you can see the exterior. These are elevation drawings. The top row is the existing. You can see the barrel, the stucco. It was interesting, it was novel, but in today's world, that's not inviting for most customers. So we want to really open it up. The inspiration comes from a pub concept, and the Carneys are Irish, so it's an Irish pub concept, where these operate and people can see in. and this is the new entry motif. This roof exists. We popped up the corner to bring attention to the corner, and that's where the signage exists on the south facade. West facade is the next sheet, sorry. These are all the materials. This was all presented to the HPC.
Has the HPC granted preliminary approval?
Yes, unanimous.
And Mr. Schultz, in your opinion, would you say that what is being proposed enhances the whole block?
Yes, yes, indeed. This is the west elevation. So this is what exists. It's fairly bland. These are fixed glass windows. So what we're proposing to do is really applique. We are going to replace all these windows with operable windows to match the front. The last two windows are new. We're poking those into where the brick exists so we can get more light into the back of the restaurant. But other than that, it's really moldings, clapboard, to make it really kind of complement the whole front of the restaurant, and Cape May for that matter. So that gives you, here's the sign that faces west. And there's details of that sign. I think they're next. Yeah, last page for me. So these are the two signs we have are logo signs. They're circular. So you're looking at the overall sign here, which is about 4'2" by 3'2", about 8 foot plus, 8 square feet, and there's a little bit of an overhang here, so it's less than 10 square feet. So and this is the blow up of the graphics themselves, but there's two of these. They match both on the south and the western side.
Quick question.
Yes.
It appears that you have two entrances now and two entrances will remain. Is that correct? One for each building?
Yes, correct. We're not changing the other side, correct.
And you're not proposing to alter the entrance on the other room as it is called at all, correct?
The entrance will stay. We are replacing the windows in that building, but we're not changing the facade.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Board have any questions of Mr. Schultz?
Am I to assume the main reason you're here is because you're enclosing the existing entryway and creating more, so it's a front yard setback variance because you're enclosing that entryway? Am I right, Craig?
It's the infill of the recessed entryway.
Correct.
And it's the vertical expansion of the existing footprint. As you could, that one elevation illustrated, they're going a bit higher, but that's a non-conforming structure.
But for that reason, they wouldn't even be here.
If they wasn't for that, they would not have to be here.
Yeah, we're not adding any square footage. That's all I have.
Very good, thank you. Next, we have Mr. Nasser.
Mind if I put this? All right, thank you. I'll try to speak on. Can I put my qualifications on record?
No,
I've been,
He's been here before.
you're good.
all right, thank you, sir. Just a quick background. This property is known for 11419 Beach Avenue. It's in the C2 Beach Business District. It's known as Block 1041, lots 21, 22, and 23. It's an existing building. I believe portion of the building was built back in the 60s, and the other portion was built back in the early 1900s, so it predate any zoning ordinances. So whatever is there now, that if it doesn't comply with the zoning requirements, an existing non-conforming, but it caused a hardship. So we're looking at that as a hardship variance, as a C1 variance, not a C2 variance. Talking about the approval that was received back in 1996, they received an approval to add and to do a couple of additions. And at that time, the additions were to the rear and to the side of the building. And they were supposed to have 144 seats for the dining room, which that's what they have now. And they had to do some modification on the seats at the bar to bring it down to 64 seats, and that's what they have. So that total 208 seats. So based on the requirements, and that will be 52 parking spaces. And then, as Mr. Carney stated, that they used to have 4 apartments. Through the past few, like maybe 10, 15 years, 2006, they reduced them to two apartments, and I'm looking at 2 parking spaces per unit. So that brings us up to 56 parking spaces. Based on the 1996 approval, this board granted a variance from 56 parking spaces required to 49 proposed, and that's what we have at this point. So there's no physical change to the characteristic of the building, except the outside of the facade is changed, and the number of seats are not changed whatsoever inside the building.
Okay, everyone, can we, I'm trying to do the resolution here tonight if we can. And Mr. Hurlis's report is what I usually incorporate into my resolution, but his parking is all the letter I everywhere, so I got to fill that in with stuff. So can someone give me clear guidance on what I'm putting in those numbers?
Yeah, hold on for 1 second. There was you just mentioned that 1996 approval?
Yes.
They were approved for 208 seats.
It's approved for 144 seats
One-
in the dining room as a
Okay.
table seats. And they were supposed to reduce the number of seats at the bar area. They didn't specify how many seats. they
Right,
would reduce.
yeah,
But when we counted, we have about 64 seats.
Okay.
So that's how I came up with the numbers of,
so the 208 was the number that you came out with as a total seats.
208, yes, sir.
Okay. Your plans indicate 108 seats for the main room and 103 seats for the other room, which is 211.
My plan, it's not my plans, I think. It's the
Okay.
architectural plans.
Okay, so do they need to be revised to be
What
consistent?
they have, I'm sorry, what did they have in the numbers?
Their plans indicate 108 seats for the main room
Okay.
and 103 seats for the other room.
So they have an extra 3 seats, I think, yeah.
So there's 211 based on
Yeah,
that
it
count.
should be 208. That's-
Okay.
Yeah, the 144 are the actual seats at the table, and the 64 at the
Are
bars.
we talking just about one side,
Both sides,
combined?
combined,
Right.
yes. So the
So
architectural plan.
so
has to be-
208 is the appropriate number, and the architect plans need to be revised consistent with that.
Correct.
And there's no increase from 208.
No, we're not increasing anything. we're
Okay.
not changing. Yes,
This accounting matters
Yeah, 208.
because it's going to end up in the resolution.
208.
Okay.
Okay, so just summarize, there are 208 seats permitted by what? By a prior variance?
Previous approval.
Previous approval in 1996, May 13, 1996.
Okay, and they will continue with 208 seats?
Yes. We're not proposing any expansion whatsoever on the inside of the building. It's just closing an entrance and opening another entrance.
Okay, can we go back? And do we agree, Craig, that that would require 58 parking, or what was the
It's,
number?
yeah, it's 208 divided by 4 is what our requirement.
56 parking
56.
spaces.
Do the math.
All right, can we go to Craig's chart?
I filled in the chart. Do you want me to go through the numbers the way I filled them in?
Yeah, please do.
You can always-
chart would be restaurant, bar, and bar seats, one space for every 4 seats. We have
He needs a mic.
208.
Can you grab your microphone, please?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, 208 seats, and that equates to 52 parking spaces.
All right, so the number I'm putting there is 52.
52 for the restaurant, yes,
Okay.
sir. And 4 parking spaces for the 2 apartments.
That's what it is, yeah.
4 for the apartments.
4 for the
2 each,
apartment?
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, and then employees?
We didn't have any employees, we didn't add for the employees.
All right,
We
well,
just used, these are the numbers we used from the original approval back in 1996.
And if I may, if Mr. Carnley testify, he's going to tell the board that they're not increasing any employees up and above what they had way back when.
I'll let the engineer deal with it.
Okay.
I mean, there's an ordinance in the council.
So
If we get him a-
it was hard to translate this from the 96 variance approval that was granted and bring it forward. I don't think they considered any employees back then. So, I mean, it would just be noted that they haven't increased any, but, or they can put that on the record just so that we have an accurate accounting what today's is. That's why I had a hard time bringing the 96 data into this, because the discrepancies that existed.
And it wasn't very
Say
clear.
employee count remains what it was from the previous approval?
Consistent with the original approval?
I don't, okay, well, the required doesn't change. The required is the required.
Right, they're not, so.
So we
they-
have to put,
they-
we have to put in a number and then say that, you can decide that, I guess, that was incorporated in the prior variance, so it's permitted. You don't need a new variance for it.
Right.
But the required is the required number.
Well, that would basically require that the applicant give us a head count of how many employees he has.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, what's the most
Large-
employees you have on your largest shift?
Bartenders, waitresses, cooks, dishwashers. And make sure you're on the largest shift.
Yeah. So,
It's at any one time.
yep, of 17.
Got 2 kitchens.
About 30 employees. And that's kitchen to the, that's from back of the house to the front of the house, correct?
Yes,
Right,
all
everything.
combined, yes.
Servers, all that.
Yes.
Busboys.
All right, Craig, what I did was, that comes to 86, then I put existing 86, proposed 86, I put an asterisk, and then under status, and that asterisk is going to say,
Based on testimony.
a variance was granted, and I usually doesn't do this, but I'm trying to do the resolution, so.
I know.
A variance was granted in 1996 that did not include an analysis of employees due to the ordinance in place at the time. Therefore, the employees are the same at present, and therefore, no new variance is required. Okay?
Yep.
All right,
and that, just for the board's clarification, the 96 planning board approval granted a variance for them increasing the required number of parking from 49 to 56 spaces. So that 56 spaces is consistent with the number of bar seats plus the number of apartments. So there's been no increase from the 96. I don't believe that employees were counted back in 96. That's why we have that asterisk that Rich is including in the resolution. So I think our accounting is good right now.
Yeah,
all right, there you go. Forward.
all right, thank you. So now for the very interesting stuff, just the proofs for the record, so, sorry, I have to read it, I'm getting too old for this, so.
Well, I also have to write some of it down, so do it at
Oh,
a pace that I can.
So I'll be slow. We are requesting a variance to allow the new door to be set at 6.3 feet in lieu of 10, also closing the other door to be set at 6.3 feet in lieu of required 10. I'm looking at this as a C1 variance, which is called the hardship variance, pursuant to NJSA 40:55D70C1, whereby the reason of exceptional situation unique to this property, the board can grant a variance, the requested variance, because a strict compliance with the C2 regulation would result in exceptional and practical difficulties and undue hardship upon the owner of the property. If he needs to comply, that means he has to cut out 3.9 feet from the building to set it back to beautify the building. So that's where the undue hardship comes in. As we know, this site was previously approved, no proposed modification on the inside, very minimal, just the beautification on the outside. And we're not changing the footprint of the building, very, very minimal changes. We don't believe there's any negative criteria. We're not increasing the number of seats, so there's no increase in traffic or noise or any additional impact from what's existing at this point. We believe that the requested variance can be granted without substantial detriment to the public good and will not substantially impair the intent and purposes of the zone plan and zoning ordinances.
Okay, we're requesting a number of waivers tonight, correct?
Yes.
Explain to the board.
We have three.
I supported all of those. I'll go through those in my review.
Okay,
Good enough.
that's fine.
Any questions the board might have, Mr. Nasser?
Is this plan the same date as what the board got in their packet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions?
I had one question. The elevation at the street, what do the windows look like? Are they going to be floor to ceiling, or are they going to be halfway up, or what?
They're actually in here.
There's going to be a sill. Where the elevation page. That's good. I don't think you can see this from where you're sitting, but there's
It's in
a,
our package, right?
it's in your package on the same page. There's a sill line at about 2 feet above the ground that's going to be finished, filled in with panels, and then there's piers. So the windows are about 6 feet tall and with a 2-foot sill.
And the Historical Commission reviewed this?
Yes, they were very pleased.
They had no problem with it?
He said they have conceptual approval.
Right. Okay, all right.
No other questions from members of the board?
My only question is, where's the pizza oven going?
Okay, no questions, we'll open up to the, Craig, we'll go.
I'll summarize my report,
Yeah,
if
sure,
that's
yeah.
appropriate. I'd like to summarize my October 31st, 2025 review memorandum for this application. You've heard testimony from the applicant indicating what they're proposing to do. They're asking for a C1 variance as well as a preliminary and final site plan with the waiver of requirements. If there was ever a candidate for a waiver of site plan requirements, this is it. There are really only 2 aspects of site plan review that I asked for be added onto the plans, and they've provided that for review. The signage. The signage has been reviewed and complies. Also, entry lighting. I've reviewed that. That also complies. So those 2 aspects were really the only aspects of site plan review. The site is essentially entirely covered by buildings. There's a small delivery area at the rear that's accessed through an easement. That's really the only area that's not covered by buildings. The rest of the site is essentially the building, okay? All right, with regards to the completeness review, there were 3 waivers that were specifically requested from our preliminary site plan approval checklist. Item 3S, V, and W, based on the nature of this application, I supported all of those waivers. So therefore, we did recommend deeming it complete. We've sort of gone through the zoning table on page 3 of 5, but I'll just rehash that. So the one variance that's being requested is for the building setback to Beach Avenue. There is a 10-foot requirement in the C2 district. 6.3 foot exists to the existing face of the structure. They're infilling that. The barrel entry is what they're referring to it, as being brought out closer to the street, but no closer than the existing structure. So it's falling in line with the foundation of that structure. And there's also vertical expansion. That tower is getting larger. You can see on that elevation perfectly shows it on the left-hand side on the bottom. You can see that's a vertical expansion within the setback. That's really the only reason they're here, and it triggers the site plan review and the variance approval requirement. There are existing nonconformities that relate to the site, that relate to the structure. They're not being exacerbated. Lot coverage is not being increased. It is the area that's being infilled is already impervious area, so there's no adverse impacts there. That's just a summary of my variance reviews. I'll move on to page 4 of 5, the general review comments, which typically become the conditions of approval. I've asked that the zoning table should be revised to reflect comments in this review. In this case, we discussed the parking requirements, and that's going to end up in the resolution. Rich has essentially indicated that data has been indicated with an asterisk because the employees weren't counted during the 1996 approval. Item number 2, they talked about the apartments. They were indicated on the survey. That's kind of what raised a little, question in my mind, what they were, whether they were being operated or not, and how they affected the parking count. We have now gotten that in accounting, so that question has been answered. Item number 3 is the off-street parking. They've indicated that there is no increase in the number of seats. So this is not, the improvements with the reconfiguration of seating, the reconfiguration of booths within the interior, and the relocation of the doorway does not increase any seats and does not increase any parking requirement. Item number 4, my review of the lighting. They did provide compliant entry lighting, and we found that acceptable. Items 5 through 11 are our standard conditions for this type of application. I'd just like to summarize that we did receive reports from the other departments for review, and I'll just summarize. They all recommended approval with no comments. The fire department, that approval was recommended on 11/6/25, police department 11/10/25, public works 11/7/25, and Shade Tree November 7th, 2025. So we've received all of those. All of the other items, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, should all be conditions of approval. I won't bore you with those, and I just want to make sure that we add another condition that specifically states that the plans will be revised to indicate a total of 208 seats, where they, right now, they indicate 211. And that's it.
Craig, I have one question. The only variance that I have here is the front yard setback. If they're putting a tower in that side, like right on that side, isn't that, it says existing nonconformity, but isn't it going higher, or is it that high already?
The elevation.
Yeah, it might be appropriate to grant that. Rami, could you just pull up your plan and tell us what that setback is on that side? I have it in my table as one or the other, either 0.9 feet or 1.5 feet. 0.9? Okay, so there's vertical expansion along that 0.9-foot setback on the side yard.
All right. So I think they need a variance for that, don't they, Craig?
Yes.
All right, so in the chart, in the zoning chart, all of your testimony would apply to that equally, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's an architectural feature that you feel is important because it's sort of like a Victorian kind of tower thing, I guess? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go into the chart.
Right here. See that 0.9? If you put two asterisks there, it's saying that's measured to the proposed building improvements. So there's a setback variance. That would be on the side yard setback, each column, there's a 6-foot requirement. 0.9 exists, and the 0.9 is proposed with a vertical expansion. So no closer to the setback, just going up. And that is that tower element that is on the left side. That's a variance. You're going to be asked to grant 2 variances tonight, the front yard setback and the side yard setback.
All right. I just, bear with me, just a little editing to add that in. All right.
We can't hold something like that.
I understand. You understand?
Yeah, yeah. Rich, you got it?
I do have it, yes. I'm ready.
All right, we will then open to the public. Anybody in the public wish to speak? Yes, Kathy? Kathy, you have to come up, technically be sworn in and shackled to the table.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, I got to put this in the resolution. Okay, ma'am, can you please state your name and then give your address?
Kathy Ryder, 405 Madison Avenue.
Is that R-Y-D-E-R?
Yes, Kathy with a K.
All right, and say that address again, I got to type it in.
405, I'm
Yes.
sorry, Madison Avenue.
Okay, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm here to support moving forward with the renovations. I have the miniature golf course next to Carney's, Ocean Putt Golf, and I think it will improve the whole area. So basically, I'm on board with everything. I think it's going to look good.
And you're the
And it-
most effective adjoining landowner, aren't you?
Pardon?
You are the most affected adjoining landowner, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Closest one to this
We
property.
are, yeah, yes, we are. And the one side's just going to be all windows, and I think they need it, to open it up, because it's been so dark and dingy and I think it'll improve the whole area. So I'm on board with it, so.
I was wondering if I was going to close the golf course for any period of time. I was worried about that. We're frequent flyers at the golf course, so.
I'm sorry?
I was worried it was going to close the golf course for a period of time. We're frequent flyers there, but,
No, I don't think so. I talked to Sean, and he's going to get the work done, so.
all right,
you know,
great,
We're hoping for the best.
excellent.
That's why we're doing the resolution.
Yeah, don't take it personal.
If someone said it was going to interfere with mini golf, I definitely would have did. All right. Okay, I'm going to do what I don't usually do, is I'm going to read some, is there, you can close? Close public? Close?
Oh, I'm sorry, public portion is closed. You
Free to go.
don't have to hang around.
Thank you, Kathy.
Okay, these are what my notes reflect in the resolution that you'd be passing. We have the chart that I've added the two variances, the variance pertaining to the front yard, which is closing in the vestibule, relocating the doors, and we're also granting site plan approval? I mean, I heard a lot of waivers, but are we waiving site?
No, so you're granting site plan approval with a waiver
Yeah.
of the requirements, all of the requirements
Yes,
are checked.
I know that's the way you like to do it. Okay, let me just add to make that clear.
The ordinance says you should grant site plan when you grant that, those waiver
Yep.
requirements.
Okay, so these are the key parts of the resolution that we're asking you to approve, that they're asking you to approve tonight. Mr. Carney testified they are doing a full facade renovation with new windows and doors to improve the guest experience. They are moving seats but are not adding any seats. The front apartment before 2006 was 3 apartments. After 2006, it is now 1 apartment with 3 bedrooms that his father lives in. Then he lives in a 1-bedroom apartment. These are not changing. Mr. David Schultz is an expert architect. He described the object of the project is to open up the front so you can see in, and they are using the same footprint, and they are moving the doors so they can have seating in the windows. The windows will be able to be opened. He reviewed the plans on record with the board. There are no added seats in this plan. The new configuration is a safer design. The lighting design is also safer. They are modernizing the outside facade. The HPC has granted preliminary approval on June 16, 2025. He believes it enhances the whole block. They are infilling the entryway and increasing the height of the facade, so this is an expansion of the front setback. You agree you're also in the side yard, correct?
Yes.
Great. Mr. Rami Nasser testified as an expert architect. This is in the C2 district. The building predates the building zoning ordinance. There are,
Architect? Professional planner.
He's an engineer.
Engineer plant slash planner.
Thank you. There are 208 seats permitted by a previous approval in 1996, and they will continue with 208 seats, which would require 56 parking spaces. The new doors are 6.3 feet instead of 10, for which they seek a hardship variance. The property has an existing condition due to the location of the current building, and it is impractical to move the whole building back 3.7 feet. They see no negative impact on the zone plan or zoning ordinance and no substantial detriment to the public good. Mr. Hurlis then reviewed his report dated October 31st, 2025. The applicant had no objection to the conditions set forth by the engineer. Kathy Ryder of 405 Madison Avenue testified she is here to support the renovations. She owns the Goff next door. She thinks it needs the improvements. A motion was made to grant the variances requested. Oh, I don't know. Well, that's the motion. I'm going to read what it will say if you grant the application. A motion was made to grant the variances requested, and they were unanimously granted, although I'll write in whatever vote you all vote on. The board finds that little is changing other than the facade improvements. The building location in relation to the front setback is not changing. This advances the purpose of zoning to promote a positive visual environment. It also improves safety by relocating the ingress and egress. The board grants the application under the C1 standard as the building predates zoning, but would also grant under the C2 standard. The side yard variance also allows a tower that is an aesthetic improvement, advancing the purpose of zoning. The board finds there is no negative impact on the neighbors, nor is there a substantial impairment of the zone plan or zoning ordinance. The application is therefore granted, if you so vote. The board also grants site plan approval. And then it's the typical conditions as you would find as outlined in Craig's report. That's what the resolution will read in substance if you were to grant the application tonight. So the motion that I recommend being made, but how you vote is up to you, is a motion to grant a site plan approval with variances for front yard setback and side yard setback for the reasons set forth in the memorializing resolution, which are also passing on the vote. That's the motion I recommend be made, but how you vote is up to you. No, I read it into the record, so I think, I will print this now for the, to be signed if you do approve it, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. This is a little unusual doing the resolution, but Mr. Corney asked me, he's under the gun, he's got to go back to the HPC, and so it seemed like it was fairly.
I'll make a motion.
Application, so.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, so Mr. Jones motions, Mr. Crowley seconds. Is the resolution and the motion to approve the application one motion, or are we doing two?
We're going to do it in one motion. It's also authorizing the chairman to assign the resolution
Okay.
In substantial form, as I just read to you.
We have a
Okay.
quorum?
I'm printing that out now, and Ms. Keenan's going to have it signed tonight, if everyone wants to, okay?
Okay, Mr. Gorgon?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor McDade?
Yes.
Mr. Crowley?
Yes.
Mr. Paducis?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Becerra?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Keenan, what number would this resolution be, do you know?
I would number it 11-10-2025:1.
Okay, I'm going to send this to you again.
Thank you very much for your time.
Good luck. It's going to look good, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Keenan, use the second one that I just sent you. It's going to say use this one.
Did you send me more than one thing?
Okay. Mr. Sandman, you might want to stick around and get a copy of this so you can publish it. I don't know. No. There's a first and last time for everything. Nope.
So we have, we still need a motion to pay the bills?
Some are easier than others.
I'll make them, I'll second.
I figured, you know what, I'm going to see them as well.
Motion to pay bills been made, seconded, all in favor?
Turn this off.
Motion to adjourn, seconded.
Yes.
Good night, all.
Good night, all.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.